High energy bass led grooves, soaring vocals, and a tight horn section. This isn't what you'd expect from a band coming from the Yukon in Canada's north, but it's exactly what you get with White Horse's Major Funk. Their newest release, The In Between, was just released on April 14th and is debuting on the top 30 chart this week. I have bassist Etienne Girard on the line now. Hi, Etienne. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. Thank you.
Okay, so I am sure I'm not the only person that wants to know Whitehorse, the Yukon, funk music. How did that happen?
It does seem unlikely. The Yukon is beautiful, but it's remote and it's the winters are long and it's dark and I'd never really done that exact style of music, but I realized that it was just what people needed up here to have a really good fun time and dance. It really that's what it was all about.
Yeah, you made it happen. And I feel like that's a testament to a lot of people I know who are from the Yukon. They just make stuff happen. And thank God for that. Um, so, what are some of the band's influences that kind of influence your sound?
Um, the band has been going for a long time, and I have to say that we've kind of transitioned a little bit away from the more traditional funk thing, and I think we sound maybe a little bit closer to disco now, or we are funky, but big influences from Niles Rodgers and Chic, which is just a huge influence. And our guitarist Brent has really worked super hard to learn how to play that style of guitar and bring that danceable vibe, which also I really just love the whole I love the disco era and I love the whole inclusivity kind of thing because I really wanted this to be for everybody up here in the Yukon just like as a mission.
When it comes to songwriting, is there one person that kind of like writes the riffs, writes the arrangements, and brings them to the band, or is it more of a collective process?
It is definitely a collective process, but there is some structure to it. Whereas the guitarist Brent and I kind of take the lead for the harmonic backdrop, we could say, and then Adrian definitely takes the lead for most of the horn melodies. Often we give him thematic ideas, and then he'll also write the lyrics and then flesh out those melodies with Selena, who then fills in the gaps on the keyboard. It's definitely a team effort. I mean, we're all very invested for sure.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Any plans to tour? Will you be coming out west and down south?
We are actually planning a tour, but out east for the first time. So
Wow, congrats.
thank you. Yeah, we always have we've toured out in the west mostly, right? And that makes the most sense, obviously coming from the Yukon. And this year we just, you know what? It's totally because coming out of the pandemic, we had such a strong strategy of establishing ourselves in the West, and now we're just like, you know what? Let's go tread some new ground. Let's go make some new friends. And so we've got a Halifax to Toronto tour starting July 21st and ending August 4th or 5th. So Halifax to Toronto, end of July, beginning of August, and kind of everywhere in between, including Montreal and
Oh,
Ottawa.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds awesome.
Right.
Well, definitely we'll be following along, following your journey online and keep us posted. Let us know how it goes. I'd love to play a track from the album. Is there one that you would like to our listeners to hear?
My favorite track off of the album is Interstitial. It's probably the most ballad-esque song we've ever written, and I think it kind of takes it was a step away from our usual style, and I found that it ended up being very rewarding. I think it's awesome. Got a great music video for it as well on YouTube. Check it out.
Etienne, thank you so much for chatting with us today and for creating great music and for being just a delight and a treasure. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Yeah,
Uh,
congrats on the album. All right, from the album, The In Between, this is Interstitial. You are listening to On the Rise.